Thanks for joining us for a virtual open house to talk about existing neighborhoods and some of the code SMTX strategies that we're employing in existing neighborhoods in order to implement our comprehensive plan. So in existing neighborhoods, one of the things that we've done is we've spent a lot of time working and talking with people in existing neighborhoods and throughout this process on really trying to hone in and pin down what is the problem that we can address and solve through code SMTX. So the problems that's been identified in existing neighborhoods is that we've seen rapid growth in San Marcos, which has led to zoning change requests for incompatible development that is out of scale with the existing neighborhoods. There is a need for affordable and diverse housing with options to serve families, young people, seniors. There's also a growing desire for existing neighborhoods to be more walkable. So those are some of the problems that we've heard throughout our work in the neighborhood workshops and throughout this whole process. One of the things that Vision San Marcos says about existing neighborhoods is that we envision San Marcos to have strong, comprehensive foundation of safe, stable neighborhoods that preserve and protect the historical, cultural, and natural identities of these neighborhoods. So one of the things that we hear is that there's a real desire to be able to preserve, to protect existing neighborhoods, but in the past we have seen incompatible development coming into our neighborhoods. So some of the code SMTX strategies, two of the strategies that we're putting in place to address these problems are that we are replacing these non-compatible zoning options that we've seen happening in existing neighborhoods with zoning options that are more compatible. We are also talking about modifying standards for the select zoning districts in order to incorporate tools that preserve the neighborhood character that exists now and to promote walkability. One of the things that's important in existing neighborhoods and to understand about our code SMTX strategies is that code SMTX is not proposing to place new zoning districts on the ground in existing neighborhoods. There would be no zoning changes with code SMTX. Instead, what we're talking about are incorporating and creating neighborhood character districts that would represent alternative options for zoning that would then be analyzed on a case-by-case basis and through a public zoning process before they were implemented. Some of the recent new development that we've seen in San Marcos has been one of two types. It's either dense multifamily housing projects or it's traditional single family. So what we're talking about is incorporating some options for a different type of development, one that is more walkable and more oriented to the character that's already existing within existing neighborhoods. Neighborhoods are diverse, as they are now. Our neighborhoods, traditional existing neighborhoods, are made up of corridors like North LBJ, Hopkins, Old Ranch Road 12. There is existing, all sorts of types of housing and development is already existing within these neighborhoods, everything from commercial to large multifamily. So in order to create new districts that would be appropriate to replace some of these other districts, if somewhere were to redevelop, we need to make sure that we have a wide range of options to select from. So what we've done is we've created 3 new zoning districts, a neighborhood district 3, 3.5, and 4. Some of the things that we've heard that are real important in existing neighborhoods is to make sure to control density, control size of lots, and control number of bedrooms. So what you'll see with these new districts are those sorts of standards have been incorporated in order to make these appropriate for existing neighborhoods. Some of the tools that are being proposed through code SMTX in order to preserve neighborhood character and promote walkability are in those medium density districts like our townhouse districts or duplex districts, that we change some of those standards to make these products more oriented to a walkable environment, that they stay in a scale and a size that's appropriate to those buildings and development that are next to them within an existing neighborhood, and that the parking and the cars are located in the rear or to the side instead of in the front. So you can see that exemplified in these 2 different types of duplex housing. These are the types of things that we can control for. So the size of lots, the location of parking, and the size of the building itself. Number of units and number of bedrooms can also be controlled through these new neighborhood districts. When we talk about commercial, we want to have commercial that is something that is walkable, where the commercial development itself looks like it fits in with the neighborhood. And again, we can limit things like the lot size and the size of buildings within these areas. We also want to talk about new different types of housing, things like townhouses, accessory dwelling units, and other sorts of housing that can encourage affordability and diversity of housing choices. Again, some of the things that we've heard that we can control in neighborhoods are the size of these accessory dwelling units. We can require owner occupancy, and we can make sure to not impact parking in the area by making sure that any additional accessory dwelling units have parking available. These are just some of the tools that we're talking about incorporating into Code SMTX in order to implement Vision San Marcos Comprehensive Plan and existing neighborhoods. Please be sure to answer the surveys in existing neighborhoods, referencing our 2 Code SMTX strategies to replace non-compatible zoning options in existing neighborhoods with more compatible neighborhood character districts, and to incorporate new tools to preserve neighborhood character and promote walkability. Thanks again for watching our virtual open house.